Okay, so I have a warning message. I hear voices, and I discovered a trick to get rid of them, and it had really bad consequences. I had to go to the hospital for a physical emergency. I had an injury that I will talk about. Basically, I hear voices and I feel physical pains in my body. And if you watch my other videos, you'll see how I explain that it's external. It's some sort of energy beam that comes from outer space. And I figured out how to block it. I put up aluminum foil on the walls and I cover my body. I wrap aluminum foil around my arms and around my head. It really works. So one day I noticed, I said, if I put my foot near my power supply, because I thought, will an electromagnetic field stop the pain? Some people have alien implants, and I know where they are. I know exactly where they are. So I know that there's one on my big toe. I said, what happens if I put it near the power supply? Will it disarm the implant? Well, it did. What happened was the voices stopped. They went away completely. But the other thing that happened is that the system went haywire. So I'm going to tell you what the system is. I'm assuming that you're experiencing it. I didn't start hearing voices haywire, but the system that causes you to hear it went haywire. It's a little energy beam, and it hits your nerve. I wish I could show you. You know what? I need a side of foot picture. I will show you where it is. Okay, so we'll use the example of this one with the bunions. So what happened was, we'll use the underside. The implant, I don't know if you can see my mouse pointer, but it is on the inside of the big toe. And what started happening is there's a nerve going from the big toe down to your heel. Every inch or so, I was getting hit by this beam, and I felt immense pain in my foot. Enough pain that I just could not bear it. I literally was crying and tearing. And what I discovered is if I use coins, I can block the pain. I would put the coin where the beam is hitting my foot. I put 4 coins down and I taped it to my foot, went to sleep. When I got up in the morning, the pain was gone. So then I thought, oh, wow, that worked. I started hearing voices again. I put my foot on the power supply again. But then what happened was on the top of my foot, I started getting hit by the beam. Same thing from the toe down to the heel. And I put coins on the top of my foot and taped them down. But instead of making the pain go away, it made the pain worse, which does happen sometimes. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I should have put the coins on the bottom of my foot. I don't know. But I couldn't stop it. I did everything I could to try and stop this pain. It was no longer on the power supply. I wrapped everything around my foot, towels, aluminum foil. I got everything that I had in my room, started stacking it on my foot, which normally works. The beam was so strong that I felt like that was it. This is it. I'm done with. And eventually I got the strength up and I found weak spots on the wall. There's a part of the wall where I don't have enough aluminum foil. And I went and I added a second layer crumpled. It wasn't crumpled before. And then the pain subsided, but it didn't go away. And then it was 2 a.m. This was 2 a.m. this morning. And I thought, you know what? I got to go to the hospital. Maybe I'll go at like 4 a.m. because we have a lockdown. You're not allowed to go outside. I don't have a headlight on my motorcycle because the wire is loose, broke. So I said, you know what? F it. I'm going to go. So I limped my way to the motorcycle and I went to the hospital. It takes a while to check in. It took like a half an hour. And finally, they checked me in. And I asked them for ice. The ice makes the pain go away. It makes it a lot easier. But they gave me a giant block. As you know, a block of ice is more difficult. You really want cubes of ice to put on your foot. So I agreed to do the X-ray, but not the blood test. Went in and did the X-ray. I will. The results are probably all ready now, but I'll go tomorrow to get the X-rays. But the other thing they did was they gave me some painkiller. I took the painkiller, and she comes and she says, "Does it work?" I said, "No, I really don't notice any difference." That's the way I was talking. I was like, "No, I really don't know any difference." I took it and my foot still hurts, but the ice is helping. So I'm sitting there talking like that. When I was getting the X-ray done, I was crying. I had my hands over my face, crying out loud as an adult male would ever cry, and really gushing it for like a half an hour. And she came and she gave me a second dose of the medicine. And then after like 5 or 10 minutes, she comes back and says, "How's the medicine doing?" I said, "Actually, I think it's working. I feel good. I feel pretty good. You know, the pain is still kind of there, but I don't know. There's something about it. I just feel good. I don't feel like traumatic." So went up and did the X-ray. Came back down. The guy brings me the bill, like $54 because it's third world country. And he wheels me over in, I don't know if I was in the wheelchair. I don't know if I was in the wheelchair or if I was in the gurney to the billing place. I pay for everything. And I was like, I feel normal again. The voices are gone. The pain is gone. And not only that, but the the depression of 17 years of feeling voices is gone. I feel happy. I feel like the way I was before. Before this started, I was a happy person all the time. I was like, wow, man, I am happy. And I felt like, man, I feel so cool. Not cool like I think I'm better than other people, but I mean like just happy because of all the wonderful things I did in my life, all the great achievements I've had, with work and sports and athletics, and I've gone skydiving. It makes you feel good that you've accomplished all these things. So I'm riding around, and what, like, I missed being myself. I'm riding around feeling good, thinking, oh man, look at that sign over there. Yeah. What does that sign say? Just enjoying the fact that I'm me. Because I'm inquisitive. I look at things and say, oh yeah, that's a cool drawing over there. Oh yeah, that's a, a fun poster. That saying over there on that wall, that's pretty cool. You know, and so I'm really feeling good. I'm just exaggerating, obviously. I'm just really feeling good, like I always did before. I was always a happy person, always smiling, walking around happy, cheerful, etc. And I realized it's either the medicine or it's I think the medicine is part of it, but the other part is it's these energy beams. It's the energy beams that were depressing me because I didn't feel it anymore. It feels like a very light skin burn, like a very light sunburn, and it makes your body feel depressed. And I was like, for some reason, I don't feel that. My skin feels normal. And I felt good again. And then when I got home, the pain started to come back. I had to ride home on the motorcycle. And the pain started to come back, and I actually feel pretty good today. Like right now, I feel pretty good. But I'm just warning you that don't put if you think you have an alien implant, don't put it near an electrical field. It's possible that I fried it because one of the things the voices said, they said you shattered it, is what they said. It couldn't have been my bone. I didn't break a bone. All I did was put my foot on power supply. They said you shattered it. I don't know what it means. So they're making it sound like maybe I accomplished something. I don't know. I'll report back to you. But if you have any interest in getting rid of voices, check back for a future video. Maybe in the next week or two, I'll let you know if something really good came out of it. Because if this did something to get rid of this implant, I will do it with my other foot and with my hands. I'm definitely going to do it. I don't recommend you do it with your foot. If you're going to experiment, do it with your hand. Because if you do it with your foot, you will not be able to walk. I had to inch along. And when I say inch along, I literally mean inch. I had a issue. I used to walk with crutches. You could take a step with a bad foot, a foot at a time. With this case, I couldn't because you feel when the pain is not muscle pain. I felt electricity shooting through my body, through my foot. Like if I, like you hit your funny bone. Imagine if that's constant, and it's in your foot anytime you move it. That's when you inch along. So I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm just letting you know that that's what my experience was today.